Welcome everyone to Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and today I want to talk about trilogies, strong vinyl trilogies, and what that entails is 3 albums consecutively put out by an artist that are just strong, that are just great. And it doesn't really have to be the first 3 albums. In today's case it will be, but it could be in the middle of a career where there's a band change, a band membership change, like the Rolling Stones, where they get Mick Taylor and then they put out like 3 great albums and so on and so forth. So it's not really the first 3 albums by an artist, but just 3 strong albums consecutively. And so that's what today is with Korn's first album, Life is Peachy, and Follow the Leader. And before I get into this, hit the like button and the notification bell so you can get more notifications on future videos. And with that, let's get started on this. Now, when I first heard of Korn was in 1994, and how I was introduced to them was through my brother, who was working at a radio station and was a program director. And I, at the time, was just pretty much a alcoholic drug addict and would not go anywhere or do anything. And he would just come home and bring me promotional stuff to listen to. And so one night he brings home a stack of CDs, some vinyls, and a cassette, a white 3-song sampler. It just had this Korn, their insignia, their the way they spell it with the R backwards, and had 3 songs on there, and Blind, Chutes and Ladders, and I think Ball Tongue was on it. And I remember, well, I'll just play the cassette first, get that out of the way, and it just never came off. It was just like, I just kept on listening to it. And the thing about having a white label promo cassette, there was no pictures of them, there's no imagery. The other material that I had was like Cold Chamber and albums of That Morbid Angel had all this imagery, and it was just a white cassette that said Korn. And so I think with that, it just you just get directly connected to the music, and there's nothing interfering with what you're hearing. Now, I mean, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but sometimes when you're just, listening to something, or you could have a preconceived judgment on something by seeing a cover, like, okay, that's what this is, and you could put it in a mental box. And so with this, Korn, it was just, 3-song, white label cassette sampler. And I was just totally blown away from it. And because at that time I was just, it really spoke to me in volumes of what it means to be somewhat of an antisocial addict. I just don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to do anything and deal with anybody. And I remember my brother was like, well, I could put you on the guest list and you could, see the band and meet them and stuff. And he'd always try to get me to, get out and whatnot. And that one time I said, okay, I'll do it. Because most of the time he would put me on guest lists or give me, comp tickets to Danzig or something. Then I just flake out, And so I went out and went to the club with him and some other guys from the radio station. And they were playing in a club called the Cactus Club in San Jose, and the opening band was Deftones. They were kind of touring together, and they had a little sampler cassette too, and they were playing the Nobody. They were just kicking my ass. And then meeting Korn and everything was really cool, because my brother was interviewing them. Fieldy was kind of like an A-type kind of personality, and I was just kind of at that time just getting out of my cave, and I'm like, hey, I like you guys are shit, and meeting Monkey and Head, they were really cool. They were just laid back and whatnot. And At the end of the gig, at the time, they had the DJ that we were with lost a chip that goes to his car, and what do you call it? You needed a chip and a key to get the car started back then in those days, and so the drummer was like helping us find it, and this on the floor of this place. Really nice guy. But that's my memory of them, and I just my first memories of them. And then when the album came out, I was just like totally blown away from it. And they just continued to make great albums. These first three, just totally strong. Whether he's talking about his stepmother or he's talking about, people that screwed him over, like people he thought who was their friend, and I related to all this kind of stuff as someone who's just antisocial and just like, being in their cave and not wanting to deal with people, and so hearing this band and seeing this band, this music speaks volumes to me. So this is my vinyl 3-album trilogy. This is a strong 3-album set, and the next, try to come up with other ones, but that is the video for today. And comment below, like I said, like, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.